Welcome to aminacademy.com. In logic, let us discuss about eminent logicians. Now, let me to read some short notes about some famous logicians. Eminent logicians include Aristotle, considered the father of logic; Gottlob Frege, known for developing modern predicate logic; Kurt Gödel, famous for his incompleteness theorems; Bertrand Russell, who co-authored Principia Mathematica with Alfred North Whitehead; Alfred Tarski, known for his work in formal semantics; and Alonzo Church, who developed lambda calculus. Now, further detail about eminent logicians. Ancient and medieval logicians. First, Aristotle, ancient Greece, often called the father of logic. He formalized the system of categorical syllogism. Aristotle, the father of Western logic, was an eminent logician who developed the first formal system of reasoning based on the structure of arguments, particularly his theory of the syllogism. He demonstrated how deductive reasoning worked by using variable to show the underlying form of an argument and distinguished the validity of an argument from the truth of its premises. He influenced work including the text known as the Organon, laid the foundation for logical analysis, and remained central to Western thought for centuries. Next one, Chrysippus, ancient Greece, a Stoic philosopher who made significant contribution to the study of propositional logic. The eminent Greek philosopher Chrysippus from 282 to 206 BC was a leading figure of the Stoic school and one of the most important logicians in antiquity. He is credited with developing a system of propositional logic that rivaled Aristotle's the term-based logic. Next one, Peter Abelard and Thomas Aquinas, medieval era. Both were important figures in the history of logic during the Middle Ages. Peter Abelard from 1079 to 1142 and Thomas Aquinas from 1225 to 1274 were profoundly influenced medieval logicians and scholastic thinkers, though they approached philosophy and theology from different perspectives. Abelard is recognized for revitalizing logic in the 12th century, while Aquinas famously integrated the discovered works of Aristotle into a Christian philosophical framework. Next one, some modern logicians. Gottlob Frege, Germany, developed modern predicate logic, a crucial step beyond Aristotle's work. Gottlob Frege in 1848 to 1925 was a German philosopher, logician, and mathematician who invented a modern mathematical logic and is considered the founder of analytic philosophy. He created the first predicate calculus and formalized the concept of a proof, laying the foundation for first order logic and significantly influencing the philosophy of language and mathematics. Though his work was largely ignored during his lifetime, it was later recognized by philosophers like Bertrand Russell and Ludwig Wittgenstein, who introduced it to later generation. George Boole, UK, created Boolean algebra, a system of symbolic logic still used today. George Boole was 19th century English mathematician, philosopher, and logician known for creating Boolean algebra, an algebraic system for logic that laid the foundation for the digital age by providing the principles for modern computer circuit design. He was largely self-taught and taught at Queen's University, Cork. His seminal works, The Mathematical Analysis of Logic and the Laws of Thoughts, established symbolic logic as a branch of mathematics. Next, Bernard, Bertrand Russell, UK, and Alfred North Whitehead, UK, co-authorized Principia Mathematica, a monumental work in mathematical logic. Bernard Russell and Alfred North Whitehead were eminent British logicians, mathematicians, and philosophers renowned for their collaborative work on Principia Mathematica, a monumental efforts to establish the mathematics on purely logical foundation. This work introduced set theory and a sophisticated theory of types to prevent logical paradoxes, fundamentally influencing 20th century mathematical logic and philosophy. Next, Kurt Gödel, Austria and US. His incompleteness theorem revolutionized the understanding of formal system. Kurt Gödel was an eminent Austro-Hungarian logician, mathematician, and philosopher renowned for his foundation work in logic and mathematics in the 20th century. He is most famous for his incompleteness theorem, which demonstrated that any sufficiently powerful axiomatic system will contain true statements that cannot be proven or disproven within the system itself. His work profoundly influenced the philosophical and scientific understanding of the foundation of mathematics and logic. Alonzo Church, US, invented lambda calculus, a foundational concept in theoretical computer science and mathematical logic. Alonzo Church was a preeminent 20th century logician, mathematician, and philosopher known for developing the lambda calculus and proving the undesirability of first order logic. His work on computability, culminating in the Church-Turing thesis, is foundational to computer science and theoretical computation. He also made significant contribution to intentional logic and founded the Journal of Symbolic Logic. Willard von Orman Quine, US, a highly influential philosopher and logician known for his work on formal system and philosophy of language. Eminent logicians include ancient figures like Aristotle and Chrysippus, and 19th century pioneers such as George Boole and Gottlob Frege, and 20th century foundational figures including Bertrand Russell, Kurt Gödel, and Alan Turing. These logicians, spanning different eras and cultures, significantly developed formal logic, mathematical logic, and the philosophical understanding of reasoning. Next, Alan Turing, UK, considered a father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. He also made a contribution to mathematical logic. There is only one historically eminent figure named Alan Turing, the British mathematician, computer scientist, and World War II codebreaker, Alan Matheson Turing. He is widely recognized as the father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Saul Kripke, US, known for his work in modal logic, philosophy of language, and metaphysics. Saul Kripke in 1942-2022 was highly influenced American analytic philosopher and logician, renowned for his work in modal logic and the philosophy of language, particularly his theory of rigid designation for names in his seminal work, Naming and Necessity. He also made groundbreaking contribution to the understanding of meaning and rules in his influential interpretation of Wittgenstein's philosophy. Some eminent Islamic logicians. Eminent Islamic logicians include Al-Farabi, known as the second master after Aristotle, and Avicenna Ibn Sina, who significantly influenced the study of logic. Other important figures are Ibn Hazm, known for emphasizing sensory perceptions in logic, and Fakr al-Din al-Razi, who developed an early form of inductive logic, Al-Ghazali, the incorporated logic into the theology, and Ibn Taymiyyah, critiqued Greek logic, advocating for inductive reasoning. So far, we discussed about some brief history and note of eminent logicians. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.